Elon Musk was on with Larry Kudlow. Very expansive interview where they talked a little bit about right now they've got 100 employees at DOGE, super geniuses, as the president calls them. He would like 200, so essentially they would like to double it so they can look more effectively at government waste. Here is Elon Musk talking about the biggest source of waste, and it's going to drive you crazy. Watch.
Right. Well, we just basically follow the money. We look at the president's executive orders, and we also just follow the money. So we started looking closely at USAID because they were completely violating the president's executive orders to suspend foreign aid. What's called foreign aid, but in our view is a lot of corruption. So what we saw there is just a tremendous amount of money being sent to non-governmental organizations. But actually, this, by the way, is, I think, one of the biggest sources of fraud in the world, is government-funded non-governmental organizations. This is a gigantic fraud loophole where the government can give money to an NGO, and then there are no controls over that NGO. So they've given billions of dollars, in fact, we estimate tens of billions of dollars, to NGOs that are essentially scams.
When these migrants were coming over the border, they were given to an NGO. An NGO would take over and find shelter for them, would feed them, and would find travel, would use that money to travel them or to ship them to different places around our country. It was a way for the federal government under Joe Biden to hide the real costs of the border crisis. Because guess what? With NGOs, federal dollars, billions of dollars given to NGOs, they don't have no record keeping. So it's a way to say, oh, we gave the Catholic Charities or whatever, an NGO, X amount of dollars. That's not part of the border money.
Well, part of it also is they would give the NGOs the money, the Biden administration did, so the United States government didn't have to build a mechanism to take care of all the migrants. It's like, okay, we let them all in rather than balloon the budget even further. We're going to give the money to these NGOs, and they're going to figure it out so that anytime there's a problem, we'll just go, look, the NGOs are the ones who are supposed to be in charge of that.
It's the money that they're giving.
It's our money.
But it's the fact that we have homeless people all across this country. We got veterans that are on the street that don't have housing. We got people in North Carolina that are still suffering. You got people in Los Angeles that have to rebuild their houses. And the government is spilling all of these money to people that are non-citizens. That doesn't even include all the foreign aid that they've been giving money for all these dumb programs. And we can't get any help, but we have no problem shoving out money for hotels and food, and then they throw the food in the trash because they don't like the menu. It's nonsense.
But I would love to see, being that Elon Musk keeps saying this, NGOs. He's telling the same thing that Joe Rogan, he told Larry Kudlow. NGOs are the biggest scam he's seen in our government. Yes. So let's attack it. Let's attack it. Maybe there's some things they are doing that the government can't do. But what happens is, with the Stacey Abrams situation, she gets, what, $2 billion to form an organization she has no experience in to get these green appliances out. $2 billion. And then they teach a course after how to spend $2 billion to her new staff that has no experience with appliances. So then why does that group get $2 billion? Where is the tax statement on that? So let's have the follow through, and maybe we can collapse a whole industry that's existing inside our government outside oversight.
It's time to get rid of these green appliances anyway. I'm tired of running the washing machine 3 times.
What are our priorities as a country? This next story, there's a study that shows the cost of childcare in 38 states plus D.C. now exceeds college tuition. Instead of buying green energy ovens when you already have an oven at your house, why not give that money to a family who can't afford childcare?
Yeah, so take a look at this right here. In the District of Columbia, the average for a 4-year-old, a family with one 4-year-old is $28,356 for infant care for 1 year. Whereas, as you can see right there, college tuition there in D.C. would be $6,200. Massachusetts, these are gigantic numbers. This is one of the reasons why there is a problem in the United States where so many families who are just getting by are saying, you know,
can't afford it.
I can't. I want to have a job, but I can't. If I'm going to pay $28,000 per kid each year, and I'm just barely breaking even, maybe I stay at home with the kids.
Right.
So I just find it fascinating. If you want to talk one universal issue that goes past Republican or Democrat, it's childcare.
Yeah.
Because people want to earn a living, they got to figure out the balance,
want children.
and then they got quality childcare too. So I got to leave my kid, but I got to feel good about it. So I got to pay a little bit more. Then why am I working? How am I saving? So that is something that I don't think you could ever, you would ever be wasting your time to study. So see if you can get that numbers down or make it more affordable or give credits in that direction.